Since the last Bitcoin halving, there has been insane amounts of money flowing into crypto. The big money goes into safer investments like Bitcoin. But let's be realistic. How much returns do you think you can make there? Maybe 20% if you're lucky. The smart money is watching the meme coins, but that's insanely risky. What if I told you that the smartest money is actually watching tokens and blockchain infrastructures, which have all the fundamentals in place, but are criminally undervalued? Why? Because the attention is currently somewhere else. Because they don't have a cool meme token, and they don't have a fancy marketing budget. What if I told you that you can make meme coin returns? Returns from 100 times to 1,000 times, just by investing and holding tokens associated with high-value companies, which nobody is looking at right now. How is this possible? Well, as always, 99% of investors are too lazy to do their research. It's like investing in Amazon Web Services back in the 2010s when nobody understood the actual value. Did you know that today Amazon Web Services makes more money than the entire online shopping business? Anyway, let's cut right to the juicy bits. I've ordered them in ascending order from the smallest to the biggest possible market growth. Or in other words, from the least to the most returns per investment. First up is XRP. It currently trades at $2.45. And the $20 to $30 price is a safe bet. There are dozens of people out there predicting even crazier amounts, like hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars. But that's most likely not gonna happen. So what is XRP? Think of it like a translator for money. When banks send money across borders, they usually need middlemen, which makes transactions slow, like 3 to 5 days, and also expensive because of the fees. XRP eliminates the middlemen. It instantly converts one currency to another, like US dollars to euro, without banks needing to hold foreign money. This is especially important because banks often hold billions in many different currencies in order to make these transactions. So the process takes just 3 to 5 seconds and costs a fraction of a cent, compared to traditional systems like SWIFT, which are slow, costly, and outdated. In short, XRP makes cross-border payments fast, cheap, and efficient. Now let's get some perspective of the scale of XRP. The global cross-border payments market hit $150 trillion in 2022. It's growing 13% year over year and is projected to reach $290 trillion by 2030. Businesses alone move $23.5 trillion every year, incurring over $120 billion in transaction costs due to inefficiencies in traditional systems. XRP was developed to solve these problems, and it's only a matter of time for XRP to capture this multi-trillion-dollar market. What we're going with is the conservative approach. If XRP can work with just 1% of that market, we're talking about $3 trillion here. Next up is THORChain. This one is an easy 10 times and guaranteed 100 times in a few years. THORChain is the world's first decentralized exchange that lets you swap real, native assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and more, without needing a bank or an exchange like Binance or Coinbase. It's a public marketplace where anyone can trade freely without KYC, government tracking, or counterparty risk. THORChain is currently undervalued because most people don't understand it yet. Let me be real with you. Crypto is still too complicated for 99% of the world. If you ask the average person how to buy Bitcoin, they'll say, "Oh, I need to sign up on Binance or Coinbase." They don't even realize that they don't need these centralized middlemen anymore. The entire point of crypto was to eliminate middlemen, yet people are still trusting centralized exchanges with their assets. On Binance, Coinbase, or any such exchange, you do not own your crypto. They hold your private keys. They are banks in disguise. If you're still using Binance or Coinbase in 2025, you're missing the point of crypto. But the biggest reason THORChain is still undervalued is because Bitcoiners still don't get it. Most Bitcoin holders think DeFi is a joke. They don't realize that THORChain lets them trade BTC freely, without trusting an exchange. Once they wake up and realize they can swap Bitcoin without middlemen, THORChain's liquidity will 100 times overnight. So let's recap. Why is THORChain undervalued? Because it fixes crypto's biggest weakness, interoperability. Right now, crypto is a bunch of individual assets separated by huge fees. Bitcoin is its own universe. No smart contracts, no DEX, no integration. Ethereum is another universe with its own rules, wallets, and communities. Solana, Avalanche, Cosmos, they're all separate islands. And what happens when you need to send money between these universes? You get scammed, hacked, or taxed by the middlemen. THORChain breaks these walls down. It's the global liquidity layer of crypto. And let's get one thing straight. Other dexes like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, and SushiSwap or whatever are not really cross-chain. They only operate within their own ecosystems. Uniswap only swaps ERC20 tokens on Ethereum and L2s. PancakeSwap only swaps BEP20 tokens on BNB chain. SushiSwap, KYVE, and Balancer are all stuck inside their native chains. THORChain lets you swap native Bitcoin for native Ethereum. No wrapped assets, no bridges, just direct, native swaps. This alone makes it light years ahead of every other DEX. If you're not doing cross-chain swaps without centralized bridges, you're not really decentralized. It is basically the definition of decentralized finance. Even the regulations that can destroy exchanges, like Binance or Coinbase, can't touch THORChain. It's the base layer of the cross-chain financial system. And when the market figures that out, it's game over. It's only a matter of time before THORChain becomes the go-to place for cross-chain swaps. And I'm talking even big money, big institutions, and funds. They will need THORChain to manage cross-chain trades safely. As of making this video, the total market cap of centralized exchanges is about $250 billion. And the total market cap of decentralized exchanges is about $28 billion. THORChain's market cap sits at around $500 million. It's only a matter of time until it gets to 5, then 50 billion and onwards. So next up is KYVE Network, with some promising returns of 100 times and more. But what is it? Right now, every blockchain generates tons of messy, unstructured, and unreliable data. KYVE filters out the garbage and makes sure only the clean, verified, and structured data gets stored for future use. Who needs KYVE? Every trader, every AI model, every blockchain oracle, and every DeFi protocol that relies on accurate data. Why is KYVE important? Because if the data is wrong, everything built on top of it is wrong. So if blockchains are the internet, KYVE is the database cleaner that makes sure the internet doesn't turn into a garbage dump. And right now, almost no one understands how valuable this is. But they will. People chase the hype and are blind to the infrastructure plays that make everything else work. Look, KYVE isn't a sexy project with meme-worthy branding or a big-name billionaire backing it. It's not some dog-themed coin that makes the retail crowd go wild. Instead, it's a deep fundamental necessity for the next generation of blockchain, AI, and DeFi applications. KYVE is criminally undervalued because people aren't thinking long-term. They're focused on trendy narratives like AI, GameFi, and DeFi, but don't realize all those things need structured, reliable data to function properly. This is exactly how AWS was ignored in 2010, and now Amazon Web Services makes more money than Amazon's entire online store. KYVE is playing the same role for blockchain data, and when people finally get it, you won't be able to buy it at this price ever again. Right now, KYVE's market cap is barely over $12 million. That is embarrassingly low for a project that could become the gold standard for validated blockchain data. To get a better perspective, here's how the decentralized data infrastructure and data availability sector looks like. It is currently worth $6.24 billion. The big fish is Near Protocol. They are holding approximately 62.57% of the market share. Next up is Celestia. They account for about 25.91% of the market. After that is EigenLayer, which is comprising around 6.56% of the sector. And finally, KYVE and others are collectively accounting for the remaining 4.96%. And here's the best part. KYVE isn't trying to replace them. KYVE is actually building on top of them. Near is a layer 1 blockchain, optimized for high throughput and low fees. It's built for dApps and DeFi. But here's the thing. Near is an execution layer, not a data validation or archival solution. So it needs networks like KYVE to archive on-chain data for analytics, indexing, and future queries. Also, DeFi on Near will need KYVE's validated data streams for on-chain oracles. So, if Near is a city, KYVE is the record keeper and historian, documenting every transaction. Celestia is a data availability layer. It provides the foundation for modular blockchains. But here's the thing. Celestia handles data availability, not validation or long-term archival. So it needs networks like KYVE to validate and store its data streams off-chain. KYVE also makes Celestia's data accessible to dApps and indexers and provides modular rollups with clean, validated datasets. So if Celestia is the internet, KYVE is the search engine and cloud storage. Now let's not get into any more technical details. I'll only add that if you don't see the opportunity here, you're not paying attention. All the major decentralized data infrastructures need KYVE to function properly, and it's only a matter of time until it goes from $12 million to $1 billion of market cap. Next up, we have a gaming token. This one is an easy 100 times, with a potential to get to 1,000 times if you can hold it for years. It's called Tevaera. So, what's the idea behind Tevaera? Imagine you're playing a game like Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto, right? But instead of the game company owning all your weapons, skins, and characters, you own them. You can trade them, sell them, or even take them into different games. That's the idea behind Tevaera. They are building a gaming ecosystem, so instead of being trapped in one game, your assets move freely across different games on their platform. Right now, Tevaera is sitting at around $5.36 million market cap. It's undervalued because it's misunderstood. And that's exactly the kind of opportunity we love. But let's be real, most blockchain games suck. They feel like some nerd tried to turn finance into a game. And the few games that manage to make the gameplay feel better get all the hype and attention. And that all it takes for the money to flow in. Because investors chase hype, not fundamentals. Their tokens quickly get listed on major exchanges, and their price explodes. Then a few months later, comes the next hype. And guess what happens with the tokens of the previously hyped blockchain games? They crash. Just like a meme coin. So in short, most companies developing blockchain games suck for one of two reasons. They either have decent games, but bad tokenomics, where the in-game economy collapses in months, or they have great tokenomics, but terrible games, where nobody actually wants to play. Tevaera is trying to solve both problems at once. And here is where it gets even more interesting. It's still not listed on major exchanges. It's developing several games, but most importantly, it's working on the financial infrastructure, so that when that one game hits the spot and gets all the attention, the whole thing doesn't crash within a few months. Let's take Axie Infinity as an example. It's a garbage game with play-to-earn mechanics and still went viral. Once any of the Tevaera games go viral, the central exchanges will open their doors to the TEVA token, and that alone is an easy 10 times based on pure speculation. 2021 was the metaverse hype, now we're seeing the AI hype. And do you want to know what comes next? Blockchain games with play-to-earn mechanics. Gaming is one of the few real-world use cases for blockchain that makes sense. And when that narrative kicks off, every project in this sector, including Tevaera, will skyrocket. Now let me finally ask the most important question. What if major gaming companies, who already have huge gaming communities, decide to implement some tokenomics into their existing games? Let's say Rockstar Games. This is exactly what people thought about Bitcoin. What if Amazon makes its own cryptocurrency? Bitcoin must be dead, right? What if the banks launch their own stablecoins? This is when Bitcoin dies, right? Guess what? Bitcoin is still here, stronger than ever. So first of all, building an entire gaming metaverse on top of blockchain isn't easy. And for huge companies like Rockstar, EA, or Ubisoft, it will take an insane amount of resources and thousands of blockchain developers and engineers. But even if they actually integrate it, this tells the entire gaming world that Web3 gaming is real. And once people see crypto plus gaming works, money will flow into all blockchain gaming projects, including Tevaera. Plus, huge game studios are control freaks. If they launch a blockchain, they're not going to let players truly own assets. It'll be a fake blockchain, fully controlled by them. Just another way to sell microtransactions. Gamers will see through it and look for real decentralized gaming projects. Projects like Tevaera. So yeah, Tevaera is undervalued, not because it's bad, but because people don't understand its potential. And that's where the money is made, betting on projects before the crowd wakes up. Now let's do some quick maths. The current market cap of the blockchain gaming market is about $25 billion. By 2027, it's projected to grow to $67 billion. The current market cap of Tevaera is $5.36 million. That is, without being listed on any large exchange. Whenever a token gets listed, we see roughly a 10-fold market cap increase in the span of a few months. But Teva is no random token. All it takes is for a single half-decent game to go viral, and they will be listed. Now let's make a very conservative approach to the gaming market and say that Tevaera will have only 1% of that market cap. By 2027, that amounts to $670 million. Next up is Lybra Finance, which, by the way, I can't believe the whales haven't caught up to it by now. So Lybra is basically a better savings account. Oh, and they run the world's best stablecoin. Here's how it all works. You deposit Ethereum or staked ETH into Lybra. Lybra mints a stablecoin called EUSD for you. That stablecoin pays you yield automatically, around 5 to 8% annually. So instead of holding regular stablecoins like USDT, USDC, or USDS, which do nothing for you, you can hold EUSD and earn a yield. But that's not all. Most stablecoins are basically scams in disguise. They are crypto banks, and banks will always rug you. USDT or Tether is a black box. Nobody really knows what it's backed by. They print it out of thin air, like the Federal Reserve. USDC or Circle is a Federal Reserve puppet. It's fully controlled by traditional finance. They can freeze your funds anytime. It's not decentralized, not trustless. Just a digital IOU from the banks. If the US government doesn't like you, they cut you off. And USDS or the former DAI? That used to be good. But now, not so much. It's 80% backed by USDC. So if USDC dies, USDS dies too. So it's not truly decentralized anymore. So what makes EUSD so special then? Well, it's backed by staked Ethereum, which is a real asset. Unlike USDT, which might be backed by funny money. And even if Ethereum dumps, the system has built-in liquidation mechanics to keep everything solvent. EUSD is decentralized, but it actually earns yield. Staked Ethereum generates a yield. Then that yield is passed to EUSD holders. And because it's ETH-backed, no bank can freeze your money. So why hasn't Lybra exploded yet? Well, first of all, the other stablecoins fear EUSD and are trying to suppress it. Secondly, because it's rug pull proof, no major venture capital has been able to push it to a major exchange and then dump on retail. But good things take time, and 2025 is the year when Lybra will start seeing some real cash. The LBR token market cap is only $390,000, and the stablecoins market is $26 million. For reference, USDT is $142 billion, and USDC is $56 billion. USDS is at $8.6 billion, and the token behind it, MKR, is at $840 million. As of making this video, the total market capitalization of stablecoins is approximately $230 billion. And let's be conservative again and assume that only 1% of that flows into EUSD. That's a conservative 9,000% market cap growth. But stablecoins are called that for a reason, and if you're chasing the insane returns, you need to find the LBR token, which currently sits at $390,000 market cap. It's only a matter of time until it goes to $390 million, which is a modest 1,000 times. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if I got anything wrong. It's been an information-dense video, so I'll wrap this up quickly. The crypto markets are always a risk, so don't invest any more than you are able to lose.